then you have to ask hard questions. But again, I don't understand. Yeah. Have we changed the standards or haven't we? We see all these members of Congress saying, he's a man, he's guilty. She's a woman, you must believe for...
Again, no one said that, exactly.
Actually, here's Richard Blumenthal saying, the onus is on him to prove he's innocent.
Right.
Is that how our system works? I thought it was the opposite of how it worked.
Yeah, again, the reason is because he has said it absolutely didn't happen. Fabrication, right? This isn't a criminal trial, but it is something in which he is asking for a very large promotion to the Supreme Court of the United States, right? So you want somebody who has impeccable character, whose motives absolutely cannot be questioned, and he's given us nothing but doubt throughout these confirmation
But hold on, wait. So it's the principle, leaving Kavanaugh aside, because these are lawmakers. They're the most powerful people in our society. They determine what our laws are by definition. Sure. They're saying that the accused has an obligation and has a responsibility to come forward with evidence to rebut the claims. That is, again, precisely the opposite of English common law on which our system is based. No one has ever said that before that I'm aware of in the history of my living history anyway. And you're okay with that? Yeah.
What I think should happen is actually what both Dr. Ford and now Ramirez believe should happen, which is that there should be an FBI investigation.
But hold on. Are you? Right? But he's saying Judge Kavanaugh has a responsibility to come forward with evidence to rebut the charges. Do you or don't you think that's a fair standard?
I do think that, yes, if we're going to have this conversation about whether or not these things happened, and he doesn't want an FBI investigation, which, by the way, he does not, then sure, yes, he's going to have to
say something. Okay, so if I accuse you of
it.
something with no physical evidence or eyewitnesses, which is what she has done from 36 years ago, and it's a sex crime that would destroy your reputation and hurt your family, you now have a moral obligation or a responsibility, as Senator from Connecticut says, to rebut that? That's what you're saying?
You have an obligation, yes, to defend yourself. Now, again, he has decided that he doesn't want an FBI investigation. That's what the Republican Party has said. And that they also don't want
So you
want
to live in that country where the accused has a responsibility. And if you can't find evidence to disprove the charge, which has no evidence to support it in the first place, then you are presumed guilty.
Is anybody saying that he's going to go to jail? No, they're saying maybe he won't be a Supreme Court justice.
You mean he has two little girls and a wife, and he's being accused of a sex crime by someone who has zero evidence it happened and multiple witnesses who say it didn't. And now we're saying that this guy has to prove that he's innocent? You really want to live in that country? Honestly, sincere question.
Yeah, no, sincere answer, which is that I think that right now there is a very disproportionate sense of justice for women who have come forward with these crimes. And I think that right now we tend not to believe them. And I think that all that Senator Hirono and others are saying is that maybe sometimes, if we've learned anything from, say, the Me Too movement, it's that these things happen all of the time, and we should believe women.
And so do false claims. I was the subject of one of them, so I can tell you a lot about that if you're interested. Maybe later. Christy, thank you.